Hi, in this video we're going to explore the binomial model. So before the binomial model, we need to know what is binomial trials. So binomial trial is repeated trials of an experiment are called binomial trials if the following conditions are met. Each trial only have two possible outcomes, which is success or failure. The second requirement is the probability of success P remains the same for each trials. 3. The trials are independent. The outcome of one trial has no influence on the next one. So let's say a basketball player makes about 82% of her free throw, assuming the shots are independent. So in the real world, we know that it's not independent because maybe at beginning you're warming up, the success rate may be lower, and then once you get warm up, your success rate will get higher. And then if after a long practice or after a game, at the end of the game, you might get very tired, and then your success rate will be decreased. But right now, ideally, experiment theoretically, let's assume that this basketball player is 82% of her free throws each time, so that we can apply our binomial model. So, and then find the probability that in tonight's game she will not do the following. She will do the following. 1. Make the first free throw on the 4th attempt. So that means she didn't make it for the first 3 attempts. So her free throw is more look like she fell for the first 3 times, fell, and then on the 4th attempt, she success. So this is the success. So the probability of that she success is going to be 82%. So P is equals to 82%. So that means the way that she fell, we use the Q means the failure, is equal to 1 minus P. Why is 1 minus P? Because, like I said, each child, they only have two possible outcomes. Either you're winning it or you're losing it. If you win, you have 82%. In another word, that means when you lose, you got 18% of chance that you're losing it. So the probability of the first time I want you to fail, remember that these we use a multiplication rule. We have 0.18 multiply 0.18 multiply the third failure, which is 18%, times the 4th attempt that she made the first free throw, which is 82%. So here is the probability. And we use a calculator to calculate that. We have this result, 0.004782. What does that mean? That means it's very less likely that she will make her first free throw on the 4th attempt, which makes sense. If your success rate is 82% that high, you should get it earlier instead of wait for the 4th one. Now, B made the first free throw on the 12th attempt. Wow, which is even crazier. So you fail for the first 11 times, and then you success for the 12 times. So you totally have 11 failure. So that means I want to use 0.18 times 0.18 times 0.18 times 82. And there are totally 11 0.18 multiply. So that means is 0.18 to the 11th power times 0.82, which is going to be an extremely small number. Okay, in part A above, we look at the probability that the basketball player made her first basket on the 4th try. What if we wanted to know the probability that she made exactly one basket in the first 4 attempts? Know that which of the first 4 doesn't matter, just that she make one. Write down all the possible combination that she made the first basket out of 4. So that means she can either fail for the first 3 times and then success for the fourth time. Or the other possible is she failed and make her first throw on the third one, or something like that. These are all the possibility, right? You success at first time and fail the rest of 3. Okay, so that means the probability of that is you are exactly make one basket, which is exactly one success in 4 trials. This is the different scenario, different combination. So this one should equal to each individual one and add them up together. So these right now still easy, right? Because you're making 4 trials. But think about if you're making 12 attempts with 2 success. So think about how many different scenarios we need to considerate. So now we might need to use some technology to help us to calculate the results. And we will talk about that in our next videos. So now let me summarize what happened in here. So in here is what is a binomial trial. Binomial trial means each outcome, you have 2 possible, each trials, you have 2 possible outcomes. You either have a success or failure. The success and failure are relatively, in different scenarios, success means different things. Such as in our example, this success means you make a free throw. Okay, second requirement is the probability of success remain the same for each child. So that means after she throw her first attempt, her second attempt success rate should remain the same, even though I know that in real life it's different. But now let's assume that it remains the same. That makes it each child is independent. That makes each child is independent. That means your first attempt is not going to affect your performance on the second attempt or the third attempt or after 20th attempt. So this is binomial trials. Okay, in next video we will discuss more about how do we calculate that.